Well, good afternoon, guys. This is Jim O'Dowd here from Franklin, Tennessee, Big Cat on the F6B forum, and I've got my bike pretty well torn down right now, but I thought it would be an excellent time for me to give you a look at some of the things I'm doing and kind of a progress report on some of the changes that I'm making. So without any further ado, let me kind of start up here up front. I'll show you that on the front cowl I have the badge removed, and I just kind of like the clean look that it gives. Also, I've gone with the SoCal Motorsports smoke turn signals on either side of the bike. And let me turn the bike on real quick and give you an idea of what that looks like. And they are quite bright, and they're making me want to put HIDs in the headlights to match, because I also have the LEDs on the fog lamps below. So I've got all these beautiful bright white lights in the front of the bike, and then these kind of yellowish sort of looking headlamps. I'll have to fix that part. So anyway, moving on around the bike, let me kind of quickly go to the rear end. I've got some things to show you back here that I did. I apologize for my garage; it's a real mess. But this isn't going to do justice, I don't think, to the back end. This is the new setup with all LEDs in the rear end. Real quick, here we go. It's kind of spastic. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to operate the brake lever. There we go. I'll show you. When I pull the brake lever, it fires up the a wig-wag flasher on the two center brake lights. But also I want you to notice that the brake lights are illuminated all the way across into the taillight lens cavities. That's the result of me putting in some switchback sockets and bulbs in the taillight assemblies. Let me show you what happens when I put the taillight on, or excuse me, the turn signal. And there's the turn signal. The red light has gone out, and now you have an amber turn signal. And it's really bright. I think this has been a good addition to the bike. And now we're back to just full red all the way across. So I hope that's fairly evident. And I've also tied in a TIR3 flasher into the rear fender. And I've got that on a little plug here that will plug directly in to a pigtail on the wigwag, which the result of all that is that the TIR3 will flash at the same time and in the same way that the wigwag flashes. And also I'm going to have a momentary on-off switch that controls the different patterns so that I can change them at will if I want to. Okay, moving along, and I'm going to shoot another video of that when I get it all back together. But again, back to the back end here, you notice that I've got the rear deck lid removed. And that was so that I could remove the radio antenna, which I did. The radio antenna typically would mount right here to this bolt, and I've removed it, and I removed the bracket, but the antenna itself is still here, and you can barely see the bottom of it is here, attached via a grounding strap over to the frame bracket, and then from there the antenna itself, actually there's a piece of it right there. I've got it zip tied to the frame so that it won't move around, and it'll be secured. I've chosen to locate my Garmin XM radio puck. That gives me weather on my radar, and I put it with a little bit of sticky double stick tape right here on top of this plastic. It's going to sit right below where the luggage rack is. The luggage rack actually starts here, it comes back, so I've got a clear shot underneath the plastic for that. When I get that plastic rear deck lid back, it ought to look really cool with all of the with the hole filled in and all that kind of stuff. Moving up the bike, I did install a PC8 fuse block, which is from Eastern Beaver. There are 8 circuits on this thing. 2 of them are unswitched. They're on all the time. So I've got my GPS on one of those unswitched ones, so it can stay on the whole time I'm riding. And then the rest of them are switched, and so they go off when the bike goes off. I've got my gerbings on this one down here. Each one of these circuits is separately fused, okay? The Gerbings is wired on up here to a power LED socket that I put in on the cover next to the gas access hatch. And I found this to be an excellent place to locate this power LED. And as you can, if I can light it up there, I'll show you that there's actually room underneath there, underneath that crevice, for the power LED socket to sit and for the wire to run back out. So anyway, those are some of the changes that I've made so far. Oh, last but not least, I located my GPS mount up here in the center console mount right forward of the glove box, like a lot of guys have showed me how to do, and it was very, very easy to do. However, I do think that in the long term, I'm going to want to go to a Farkle shelf. Because of the Clockworks flare windshield and the way it curves back over the dash, there's just no way to get a Farkle shelf in this configuration. So, but I love the flare. I like the way it looks. I like the way it performs. I've had 3 of them on other Gull Wings, and it's only 14 inches tall. Looks really sleek and stealth. It matches the bike's lines great, but it directs that wind up over your head. And I've been on many thousands of miles rides, and it's very comfortable. So a big plug in there for flare, but I know there's other good windshields out there. But I want to caution you, if you decide to do it, you're not going to be putting a Farkle shelf in. I don't think it'll work. So there we go, guys. That's really all I have for right now. There, I'll turn that thing off. I just want to kind of give you an idea of where we stand. We're only about another week or so away from getting her all back together, and then I'll take another video with all those lights going off and on. Okay, there we go. See you, bye.